I had planned a rare visit to my parents' house to celebrate my mom's 60th birthday, excited to see her reaction. I arrived with a bouquet and a thoughtful gift. My older brother and his wife were also attending, making it a full family reunion. As we gathered for dinner, my sister-in-law let out a mocking laugh. "Haha, pasta salad? Are you seriously that broke?" she sneered. I started to explain. "No, actually, pasta salad is my mom's favorite." But she cut me off with a dismissive tone. "Pasta salad is just pathetic. At the very least, you could have gotten sushi." Her belittling words made my face flush with embarrassment. I had put my heart into preparing this meal, yet she made me feel small. Tears stung my eyes as she smirked smugly. Then, my mother spoke. "I see. Let's consider this the last time we do things this way." Everyone froze, confused by her words. Only my sister-in-law scoffed under her breath. As if that even matters. It didn't take long for my mom's words to make sense, but what happened next, no one could have anticipated. "My name is Evelyn, and I'm 29 years old. After completing my graduate studies in science, I landed a position as a researcher at a leading cosmetics company. I'll be turning 30 soon. While many of my friends are married with kids, I don't even have a boyfriend. But if you ask whether I'm unhappy, well, that wouldn't be quite right. I love my job, my parents are in good health, I have a dependable, if sometimes scatterbrained, older brother, I have great friends, and while marriage and children are one kind of happiness, I'm perfectly content with my life as it is." 2 months ago, I found out my brother, Kurt, had gotten married. He's 6 years older than me, an age where marriage is neither too early nor too late, especially when thinking about starting a family. 6 months ago, he invited me to our parents' house, saying he had something important to discuss. When I arrived, he was already there with a woman I had never met. "This is Vivian, my girlfriend. Isn't she stunning?" He introduced her with pride. Vivian was indeed beautiful, polished, stylish, and elegant, not to put my brother down, but he's pretty average in looks. He's tall, but aside from that, nothing remarkable, so I couldn't help but wonder why such a gorgeous woman had chosen him. Out of curiosity, I asked Vivian, "You're so beautiful, what made you fall for my brother?" Kurt immediately objected. "Hey, that's rude." But Vivian just smiled warmly. "Kurt is truly a kind and wonderful person." I tilted my head. "I mean, yeah, he's kind, but aren't there plenty of great men around you?" She shook her head. "Not like him. I chose Kurt because I know he will love me more than anyone else." "I see," I nodded. "Well, it's nice of you to pick my brother despite all that." Vivian chuckled. "You're funny, honestly, as long as I'm with Kurt, that's all that matters." Her words made my parents laugh, and though my brother hesitated for a moment, he soon grinned, reassured by the moment. Fast forward 2 months, and the wedding had taken place. The newlyweds moved into a luxurious high-rise apartment, an unusual choice for my brother. He had always been practical, and his previous place was more than enough for two, so why the sudden upgrade to such an expensive home? One day, I called him to discuss plans for our mother's upcoming birthday. "Hey, do you remember Mom's birthday is next month?" I asked. "Of course, she's turning 60, it's a big deal. I made sure to mark it in my planner." "Wow, impressive," I teased. "So, what should we do? A trip, maybe?" "A trip sounds great, but work is keeping me swamped," he admitted. Yeah, he was always busy. My brother had always been ambitious. After graduating from a prestigious university, he climbed the ranks at a financial firm. By 35, he was in a high-paying position, but his demanding job left him with little free time. Wanting to make Mom's birthday special, I was brainstorming ideas when he suddenly said, "Hey, Evelyn, think about what would make Mom happiest." I chuckled. "What do you mean?" "Mom loves having the family together at home. We've taken her on trips before, but when was she happiest?" I thought for a moment. "When you and I came home and had dinner with her." "Exactly. If she wants a trip, we can plan that later, but on her actual birthday, let's go back home and have a nice dinner together," he suggested. "That's a great idea," I agreed. I had been thinking about what I would want, but Mom's happiness came from the simplest things, just having her family together. For such a milestone birthday, the best gift was something she truly cherished. As we excitedly planned, a voice suddenly cut in from Kurt's side. "Wait, hold on, a dinner, that's it? For her 60th birthday? Shouldn't we be going on a trip?" It was Vivian, but her voice carried a tone I hadn't heard before. Kurt calmly explained, "Vivian, we're talking about my mom. She's happiest when we all have dinner together. Well, that sounds awful. I'd hate that, she shot back. But this is about Mom, he said, keeping his patience. I can't believe this. I was looking forward to a trip, and now we're just sitting at home? You're so useless. Kurt sighed. Sorry, don't be upset. I could hear the exhaustion in his voice. Lowering mine so she wouldn't hear, I asked, Hey, Kurt, was that Vivian just now? Yeah. I guess I made her mad again, he admitted. Again? What do you mean? She's been getting upset a lot lately. I don't even know what I'm doing wrong, but she always seems frustrated with me. I frowned. That argument just now, it felt like she was being unreasonable, and then, something I had been wondering about for a while finally slipped out. Hey, Kurt, why did you move to that expensive high-rise condo? He hesitated. Actually, Vivian insisted. She said she'd divorce me if we didn't. Anger boiled inside me. Something about my sister-in-law didn't sit right, and that feeling was only growing stronger. At that moment, I wanted to lash out in anger, but I knew that if I did, my brother would only feel worse. So, I held back, choosing my words carefully as I continued the conversation with caution. Listen, bro. I admire your kindness, but don't you think it's being taken advantage of? I asked, keeping my tone gentle yet firm. I get what you're saying, but everyone in the family was happy about my marriage to Vivian, so he trailed off, sounding conflicted. I was happy too because I thought she was a good person, but after hearing all this, my perspective has changed. Honestly, if you were to divorce her, I wouldn't be the least bit upset, I said bluntly. But what about Mom and Dad? He hesitated. In the end, it's your choice. Do whatever you feel is right. Just know that once you've made your decision, there's no turning back. Make sure you won't regret it later, I advised. Thanks, Evelyn, he murmured, sounding defeated. As the call ended, I could sense his mood had dropped. Maybe I had been too harsh, but it was necessary. I wanted to be honest for his own good, no matter how much he tried to make things work. A life with someone as selfish as Vivian would never bring him happiness. If he ever wanted to remarry, the sooner he ended things, the better, especially at his age. Still, it's his life, I reminded myself. Even if he was being mistreated, if he truly found happiness in being with Vivian, then that was his decision to make. I had no right to interfere. Realizing this, I felt a little more at ease. From then on, I stayed in touch with my brother. After some discussion, we decided to celebrate our mother's 60th birthday at our parents' house. My brother would bring a cake and a turkey, while I planned to cook Mom's favorite dishes ahead of time. I arrived at our parents' house 2 hours early, carrying a bouquet of flowers and a gift. I took charge of the kitchen, preparing a meal that meant a lot to my mom, her favorite pasta salad. To some, it might seem like a simple dish, but for my mother, it was special, and since it was my first time cooking for her, I wanted it to be perfect. I had already informed my dad of the plan, and he took my brother out for the afternoon to keep things a surprise. That left me alone in the kitchen, carefully preparing each ingredient. A few hours later, my brother and his wife returned home just before our parents arrived. They carried the cake and turkey, setting them on the table. As they finished arranging the plates, our parents walked in. The moment my mom saw the spread, her face lit up with joy. Oh my, look at all this food, she gasped in delight. Mom, it's your 60th birthday. We wanted to celebrate together, my brother said, smiling. Oh, really? I'm so happy, thank you, everyone, she beamed, clearly touched. Of course. Now, Mom, since it's your special day, please sit here, I said, guiding her to her chair. My brother gave me a small nod, signaling that it was time. Carefully, I plated the pasta salad and set it in front of her. She looked at it in surprise. Oh, Evelyn, this is... Yes, it's your favorite dish. I made it just for you, I said proudly. Tears welled up in my mother's eyes, but before she could say anything, a loud laugh interrupted the moment. Wait, pasta salad? You're kidding, right? Vivian burst out laughing. A thick silence filled the room. My brother looked like he wanted to say something but held back, unsure of what to do. Seriously, Evelyn, she continued, you actually thought pasta salad was appropriate for a birthday celebration? Do you have no sense at all? I clenched my fists, anger rising in my chest. There was no need to say it like that, I snapped. Vivian rolled her eyes. What's wrong? Are you seriously that broke? I took a deep breath. No, Mom loves pasta salad. She scoffed. Pasta salad is pathetic. At least get some sushi or something. I had put my heart into this meal, hoping it would make my mom happy, but my brother's wife had completely ridiculed it, treating it like a joke. I felt my eyes sting with frustration. Why did it have to be like this? All I wanted was to make my mother smile. Then, before I could say anything else, my mother spoke, her voice calm but firm. Well then, today will be the last time I see you. Everyone froze. Vivian's smirk faded into confusion. Huh? My mother repeated herself. I said I never want to see you again. Please leave this house immediately. Vivian's face paled. Wait, what are you saying? You heard me, my mother said unwaveringly. Leave, now. Vivian scoffed. I was just looking out for my mother-in-law. My mom tilted her head. Looking out for me? Then why were you so desperate to insult my daughter's cooking? Vivian crossed her arms. I wouldn't serve my own mother-in-law pasta salad. That's why I brought a cake and a turkey. My mom let out a short laugh. With Kurt's money, I assume. What have you ever given me, Vivian? Vivian faltered. You know, Mom continued, I heard you quit your job right after marrying my son. If that's true, you should at least be saving money. Kurt works hard, but he's not the type to waste money carelessly. It was clear that my mother had already seen through Vivian's true nature. Rather than apologizing, Vivian's expression twisted with anger. So what? She spat. I did you all a favor by joining this miserable, outdated family. Honestly, Kurt should be grateful I even married him. You all should be grateful. My mother sighed. So this is how you really feel. Fine. Vivian snapped. I don't need any of you anyway. Kurt listens to everything I say. He'll choose me over you any day. For the first time since the conversation started, my mother turned to my brother. Is that true, Kurt? All eyes were on him, but the expression on his face was not the uncertain, helpless look he wore before. This time, he looked resolute. No, he said firmly. Vivian's eyes widened. Wait, what? I've had enough, my brother said, his voice filled with anger. I tolerated your selfishness for so long, but if you're going to insult my mother and my sister, I won't let it slide. I'm done. Vivian's confidence wavered, but I was just telling the truth. The truth? My brother scoffed. Enough with the excuses. I was an idiot for believing you. I'm divorcing you. Vivian gasped. No way. She desperately tried to backtrack, putting on a fake smile, but my brother didn't even look at her. Instead, he turned to me and lowered his head. I'm sorry, Evelyn, you tried to warn me. I sighed. It's okay, big brother, you're a kind person, that's all. He shook his head, maybe too kind. No, I reassured him, you just gave your kindness to the wrong person, but kindness is still one of your best qualities. He smiled sadly. Thanks, Evelyn. A year passed, and my brother found someone new, a kind, cheerful woman with a warm smile. This time, my parents and I could genuinely wish for his happiness. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Stay tuned.